Hello, my friends. Shortly after I was editing the rubber band video from a couple of weeks ago, I noticed something very interesting, and that was that my microphone was not picking up the sound. Actually, all the sound that came from that video came directly from the Insta360 itself, which is a phenomenal thing because I felt like the audio that I got from the Ooh, that's a weird sound. I felt like the audio that I got from the Insta360 was really good. And I thought initially that I was recording from this, but after realizing that it might not be recording, it was the adapter that I was using. What I did was I bought this adapter with the intent that I could charge and record audio into the Insta360 because the Insta360's main portion or main method of communication is only a USB-C. There's not enough space on this small device to do anything else. And so, with that being said, since the adapter didn't work, I learned my lesson. I absolutely need the Insta360 specific adapter, which is a USB-C to microphone plug-in. While I wasn't very happy about the fact that my audio wasn't recorded the way that I thought that it was recorded, I was still very pleased with the fact that the audio did come in very beautifully. And to say the least, it was actually really good, because usually an onboard camera device does not record audio very well. And I felt like the Insta360, again, did phenomenally. In addition to that, a couple of weeks ago, we went to Walt Disney World. And while we were there, I did take this beautiful little baby with me. And while I was in the parks, I used some additional things, which probably demeaned a little bit of the video that I did take. But I got these lens protectors that I put onto the exterior case. And with these lens protectors, I was able to protect the camera. In the case that the camera were to hit the ground, I wouldn't be damaging my main lens. I'd just be damaging these cheap lens, cheap. They're still about $20 a piece, but not piece, but per pair. But these lens protectors made me feel a little bit less skittish about taking my Insta360 into a theme park, and I've got some awesome footage to show you. First, I am going to show you Barnstormer, which is a very nice basic ride found in Magic Kingdom. 3 of the rides that I'm going to show you today are from Magic Kingdom. The other one is going to come from the Disney's Animal Kingdom. And I was very pleased with the footage that the Insta360 was able to take. And keep in mind, I have not done any additional stabilization attempts to these videos. There is a little bit of jitteriness here and there, and owing to the fact that when one lens is exposed to light and one lens is not, you will see at the crease line where the 2 lenses are sewn together, you'll see a little bit of difference in lighting. But I think the Insta360 did a wonderful job at this, and its natural stabilization is out of this world. It made any other video that I've tried to take on a roller coaster or ride look like total crap. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you Barnstormer first, and then we'll roll right into Big Thunder Railway, and then I'll tell you about the last 2. Here we go!
geological formation. Really fun.
So now that we've ridden those two, we've got a good idea for it. I then took footage of one of my favorite rides, which is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and I will show you all of it except for the last bit of it, because for some odd reason, I learned that audio controls on the Insta360, if you say, oh, we came to a stop, it actually thinks that you want to stop the video. And so when we got to the end of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I said that and it stopped the video and I didn't know, and so I lost the last kind of 30 seconds of the ride. So here's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. During this portion of the ride, there's a copyrighted song being sung, but this is a good time for me to mention. The Insta360's ability to transition from light to dark to light is, again, another thing that just blew my mind. I never expected a camera as simple as the Insta360 to be this powerful. It collected enough light. I mean, granted, it's a little bit dark in these sections of the rides, but there's still just enough light that you can see what's going on. You can enjoy what's going on in terms of the footage that was captured. And I was very pleased with it. It outperformed what I expected. Yes, there was points in time where it was just too darn dark. And okay, but even in light and dark, this did phenomenally. Even better will be Expedition Everest. Now, as the caveat of this video, my favorite roller coaster of Disney World is definitely Expedition Everest. It is, without a doubt, just full of surprises, and the backwards portion of it is fantastic. And how it is displayed right now in the Insta360, and I had my hands on these rides. Like, I wasn't trying to balance my hand and like whatever you want to call it, self-drive the stabilization. I was specifically trying to hold on to the ride so that I had as locked to the ride's stabilization. But you can see how, like, when my hand comes into the screen, you can see how my hand's like all over the place. And the Insta360 knew where the gravity was, it knew where the ground was, and it kept everything level even through the ride. And even with the audio in these rides, I don't know if you've noticed, but when we get really windy, the audio suppresses some of the windiness so it's not maxing out the microphone. That, I think, was a fantastic idea by Insta360, even if it makes it a little bit hard to hear if you were in a high wind situation. But it just feels almost like riding the ride, except for the G-forces, the extra fun of actually riding the ride. But here we go. Without further ado, Expedition Everest.
Uh-oh! The track is out! Here we
glad that you guys joined me on this adventure. I'm glad that you got to see some of the footage from my recent vacation. It took us a couple of years to save up for this vacation, and I think it went off stellarly. We got to enjoy the parks. We got to enjoy the experience. Visiting Walt Disney World during COVID times is not terrible if you're willing to just play the game and wear your mask. It was very nice to have a lower attendance to the parks. It didn't feel all shoulder to shoulder, super stuffed. It was nice and mellow. We were able to get onto most of the rides really quickly. Some rides still had decent long waits, but other rides were just easy peasy. We just got to them, we rode them, we were done. It was great. So, have a wonderful week. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, well, I guess what we could do is, okay, everybody, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.